Welcome back. This video will be an exploration of consciousness. And my suggestion is that you just follow along in this video, and then perhaps afterwards do some of the explorations yourself. But first, just follow along. Consciousness is just a word. But when we use this word, consciousness, what do we point to? This is what we call a pen. And right now this pen is within consciousness. But I can also say that right now focus is on this pen. And it is very clear that there is a lot of other things going on besides this pen. All around in the periphery, a lot of things is also present. But focus is on this pen. This focusing of consciousness, we could call that awareness. I am aware of this pen. So there is awareness. This awareness has this sense of being focused is the best word to use. So consciousness can focus on an object. And when consciousness is focusing on an object, then the rest of the, what shall we call it, content within consciousness gets sort of out of focus. So when I focus on this pen, I am doing it visually, by seeing, by looking. But that is not the only way that consciousness can focus into awareness. If I close my eyes, it is very obvious that consciousness is still here. But right now, there is stillness. So I cannot focus on anything except perhaps on the voice of my own. But the words that I'm speaking, they are arising and then they are disappearing again. If there were some other sound, then I could focus consciousness on this sound. And when I focus consciousness on this sound, there is awareness of this sound, and everything else seems to subside. Everything else turns out of focus. And then there is stillness again. Consciousness. But see, this pen is within consciousness. But that means that this hand that is holding this pen also is within consciousness. But if this hand is within consciousness, then the entire body is within consciousness. It is very simple to come to recognize that it is not the body that is conscious, but the body is inside of consciousness. This is what we call pain. This sensation is inside consciousness. I cannot find anything behind consciousness. Everything appears within consciousness. And if I search for a limitation or a barrier or somewhere that consciousness ends, I cannot find it. So consciousness has no limits. Another interesting discovery is that if you just sit still and close your eyes And then turn awareness upon consciousness. Awareness is focused consciousness. And then just sit and notice what is happening within consciousness. There is the sensation of the entire human body. And when there are no pain, then this sensation is subtle. Then it's possible to notice that thinking happens. Out of nowhere, thoughts arises. But again, it is very simple to notice that consciousness is always there, and that thoughts, they come and go. So no thoughts are able to define who or what I am. Consciousness, the foundation of being. That is what I am. And that I is what you are. Consciousness. Everything else comes and goes. Consciousness is untouched, undisturbed, peaceful, limitless, unborn, and do not die. Rest as that. Thank you.